Hello and welcome back. So let's move to the next case. So as usual, let's check and Onshape what we're going to do. Pretty much the same stuff, but now we have the second domain, the body of influence that we're going to use to add refinement. Okay, so this is domain 2D V2. So let's open that case. So as usual, video description, you should have the link to download all the cases. So I'm using Salome 9.15, but you can install the latest update. I go here, I open my shaper. I'm not going to redo everything. No, we already introduced that in the previous video. So here, no need to redo it. So let me just revisit our feature tree. So we go here. First step, we have our geometry. As you can see, everything fully parameterized. You can add your parameters, everything. So you have all your constraints, geometrical constraints, and regular constraints, coincidence, and so on. Then, okay, we start sketch. Then we generate the face from that sketch. And then I create my groups. Remember, these groups are whatever you're going to get into your actual simulation software, the boundary patches or surfaces line, whatever, or the refinement regions, or these will be support groups that you can use to add refinement in these objects that you select. So it's up to you. Okay, so I here select inlet, outlet, top, bottom cylinder after I did that. So by the way, this is not the only ordering that you can choose. It's design intent. So probably will be better to create the two sketches at the beginning and then the faces. Is up to you, okay? So there are many ways to do things. There is no right or wrong. So this sketch will be this region here. So everything constrained. And then I create that face. And look at that, now I create another group. This group represents this region here. Okay, so here in the symbols, you see that you have lines and surfaces, and as you have volumes, you will have the volume there. And this is it, okay? Very important. Look at your feature dependencies, your feature tree. Here you have, these are two different objects, okay? You have a resolve two objects that they are not connected at all, okay? For this case, it is not a problem. As well, if you have used, for instance, ANSYS meshing, it is something similar. It's a body of influence. So this body will be projected at meshing time in the other domain, and it's going to add that refinement. So you need to have that, that connection, that shared surface. So no problem. You can create many of these refinements as you like. Here I just put one. So that being said, we can move to meshing. Okay. So in meshing here, as I mentioned, you only have you get access to the bodies that you're going to use. You expand here, you see that you have access to your refinement. So this refinement, now you can assign some local refinement. And the same here, you have the edges. In those edges, you can add your local refinement. Okay, so let me go here, and this is what we have, okay? Very easy. So let me here, and let me save with another name. I don't want to overwrite that. And to show you the steps. Okay, so this is extremely easy. Let me go like in the previous one. And just to revisit, remember the edges, you have it here. We are using submesh, that one submesh that is in the cylinder. And then we have this refinement region. And if you recall from previous videos, you go here, you edit your main mesh, and here you have local sizes, and you access that region with that name and assign a local size, which is 0.4. So I remember that. So this is it. Okay, very easy. Let me go and delete the whole stuff. Remember that I'm doing this in 2D. Okay. The method that I showed you in the previous video, the instruction here, is not the one I recommend. So then we're going to do some other videos where I show you the method that I like to use. Okay, doesn't mean that this or the other method is better, but it's my preference. So let's do things again. Create mesh. Where do I want to create a mesh? Here. You select it, select your method. Remember, I recommend to use NextGen. Okay, and in particular, this one is the one that uses the less number of options, but it's up to you. Here I already saved my values. I put it here. Local sizes already was defined here. So, and to show you here, remember, you need to select. It is an edge, a vertex, a face, solid. So you can see that you have a lot of flexibility. So let me select this one. I will go in a face, and remember, it's this one, annoying behavior, which I think it was fixed in the version 16. Okay, and there you go. You assign your value there. This also another option. So read the help, click there. It's relative good the help, and that's it. Now also boundary layer. Okay, so we have the boundary layer. So remember, you grow the boundary layer in this case in a line, and it will grow in the face. Okay, so basically what you should select, viscous layer, you select the edge. Okay, let me redo it here. So the edge should be the cylinder, annoying behavior. And there you go. And then you set your values there. I already have my values here, should be this hypothesis. And there you go. By the way, you can add multiple hypotheses there now. So if you have multiple edges, so there will be an interesting case that I will show you also that stuff. Apply and close. And at this point, we can do some initial mesh. I haven't added the refinement or the submesh on the cylinder. Okay. And there you go. So let's wait a little bit. Voila. So what happened here, I made a mistake somewhere. So let me go. It should be here. Okay, look at that. It shows refinement the whole domain. So I want just to add that there. So that's why you see that behavior. Okay, so this one, you can leave this one. Let me put it 1. Nothing changed. 0.4. Okay, apply, and let's redo it. So clear and compute. And there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So basically that body of influence at the smaller cells there as you like. You can add as many body of influence as you like. It's up to you. So feel free to create those geometries. Then remember you have here you have the cylinder. I didn't put anything, so you can create a submesh, or as you can guess, you can go here, and that can be also a local sizing. So that's why I like NextGen. Give you this option. Gmesh doesn't give you that option. Hope that in the future developers are going to add that. So in the newest version, no, you don't have that. Well, yeah, I don't know why. So let me put here 0.1. Okay. Apply. Clear and compute. I recommend you always know clear and compute, so erase, because sometimes it crashes due to that. You have something in buffer memory or some previous mesh information, and it would crash, And there you go. Fantastic. Remember, you could have used also a submesh in the cylinder. Okay, I didn't use it, but it's up to you. So this is it. So hopefully now things are clear. So far, so good, very easy to use. Okay, we're working in 2D. I want to show you the differences. Okay, remember, it depends on the software that you're using, but if you remain to openfoam, you should go 3D. I will show you the methodology I like to use. So this is it, okay? At this point, let's complicate things a little bit. So see you in the next video.